Looks like we got a couple of people in here. Yeah. Well, there's Brady Gamer. You might have recognized Brady if you've watched any of my videos from last summer. He helped me pick gourds one day. So he's got a channel that's doing really well, actually. So, I have to get this thing fixed so I can read it here. So. All right. So I'm going to try to read the stuff off of this screen, but if I have to, I'm going to read the stuff off of this screen over here. So, yeah. Layton Motorsports dropping in, showing support. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Listen, when we started this channel out, we didn't have hardly anybody. So, and supporting one of my new T-shirts today. So, anyway, we'll see if there some more of these folks get in here. Just like brand used, baby. Yeah, that's right. That's what all this stuff around here is. But that's all right. Hey, you know, I like to fix things and make things, just however you can make it work. If I don't have to pay for it or buy something new, I shouldn't say pay for it, but it's always cheaper to buy something used if you can. So, what's up, man? How's it going? Well, it's going pretty good. Today was a good day. I had 3 inspections that I had to go do today, and got home and got everything kind of switched around and got my dirty clothes off and changed into something a little cleaner and tried to get on here. I grabbed me a bite to eat, and so yeah, it's going good. Hope everything's going good with you guys. So. Let's see here. So, NoNameNationals is coming up. My son and I are going to drive the CrustyChrysler down there. So, for those of you that have been watching the channel, you will know that. Any sneak peeks we will be seeing anytime soon? Well, I did want to show everybody this. We got some new stickers that we're going to take down with us to the NoNameNationals. I don't know if you can see that very well. And Barrow's Garage is the one that designed this. Actually, I was hoping maybe he'd stop in tonight, but he's busy, I know, and it's early out where he's at yet. So, but he actually drew this and sent it to me. For those of you who haven't seen it, so he's not only a good mechanic and a good explainer of how to fix things, but he also is apparently a good caricature artist. So it's time for an adult beverage, I think. Okay. And the dogs are in here with us tonight, so if they get to barking at a squirrel or something, that we may have to ban them from the office here, but we'll see what happens. Tallulah, you want to get over here and say hi to everybody? Come here. You want to get over here and say hi? Come here. Oh, goodness. There's Tallulah. And Gunner's right over here. Can you see Gunner? Where's Gunner? Yeah, see, he's right there. All right. All right, no licky. I don't like that. Get out. Oh, gosh. Yeah, well, the dogs are always involved in everything going on around here, it seems like. So, yeah, so we got some new stickers that we're going to take down there, and we've got some T-shirts we're going to take down there. We still don't have the Chrysler ready to run down the drag strip yet. I've got a video coming up where I'm going to talk about what all I got to get done with it. And so, yeah, we've got to get that done. Friend of mine, Kent, that's been on some of the videos, you've seen him. He's in England right now, but he may be checking in. I hope it's probably, early in the morning over there. But if he does check in, but he has got a helmet for me, I think, that I can use. And I've got to get the gas line. I got under there and checked where I replaced all the gas line, the hard pipe or the hard line. And I know that they were talking on one of John's lives that you can't have more than 12 inches consecutive of fuel line or rubber fuel line. And I've got one section in there that is right at the limit. And I could modify the way I've got the hard line ran over to the tank where it connects, and I can make that a little shorter. So I've got to do that. And then I noticed that there's one place up on the front where I made the new pipe that goes up to the carburetor. There's one place there that I have got to that actually the rubber hose is laying against the frame. And we drove it on power tour and everything, and I noticed just in that I don't know, it's got about 1,600 miles on it, or maybe 18 now. I've drove it some to car shows, but I noticed it's starting to get a little place on the side of that rubber hose where it's rubbing the frame. So I want to shorten that hose a little bit. That's up by the fuel pump, actually, and I think that'll take care of that issue. But so what's been going on with all you guys out there? Anything exciting? Here in Southern Indiana, it has been a beautiful week so far. So as far as temperature wise, and we actually just turned the air conditioning back on today because it's been window weather, which is nice. So tried to get caught up on some of my videos today as far as getting everybody watched, and I didn't do too good at that. In between appointments, I was trying to get caught up on some stuff because there's some of those guys out there, and I hope maybe they can get checked in tonight, or stop in and say hi or something. But there's a lot of the guys out there that are still trying to get their 500 subscriptions, I know. So anyway, so if you haven't subscribed to any of those folks, just go in there and type hashtag NoNameNational 500, and it's going to bring up all those YouTube channels that are still trying to get their 500 subscriptions. So I know probably Outfits Garage is one of them, and Just Drive It. What is that? What is his name? See, you guys are going to make me look stuff up like I'm stupid here. So let's just see. Oh, Stephen Holtz. Yeah, Stephen Holtz, Just Drive It. I know he's one of the channels that still, I think, needs some subscribers. So, hey, there's Busted Radio Garage. Yeah, I almost wore your T-shirt tonight, actually. But she had just washed it, and I was like, well, I hate to put it on to just sit in here because but yeah, so hope it's all going well with you over there in Kentucky. I think you're in western Kentucky, northwestern Kentucky, somewhere over there. We get over in the Cincinnati area every once in a while, which I don't know if that's very close to you, but yeah, I'm still looking for some work to get done on the CrustyChrysler before the NoNameNationals. So we talked about the fuel line. One of the things I've got to do too is I still have a hesitation. I worked the carburetor out. I didn't know anything about Holleys in that Holley carburetor, so I did get on YouTube and figured out some stuff, and I got the fuel pump or the accelerator pump fixed, and everything is going really good with that now. So, oh yeah, I see that you're just about a half an hour north of Cincinnati. Okay, great. Okay. Hey, Buck does it. Okay, yeah. Hello. Welcome to the show. Yeah, I don't know if you guys got any questions. I get a lot of questions on my video, or like people make a comment on the video and they'll ask questions. So if you got any of that kind of stuff, that's kind of why I thought I'd get on here tonight. And if you got questions about stuff, well, we can talk about it. And some of the other lives I've done and stuff we talked about, I've never actually done any racing, but I've been around racing ever since I was a kid. I mean, my uncle was a stock car racer, my dad's brother, that uncle. And then my mom's brother, Smokey Clayton, he did drag strip racing and stuff like that, all through the 70s and 80s. So he unfortunately passed away it's been about a year ago now. Well, probably a year and a couple of months. I know it was still cold weather, but so yeah. and my other uncle has passed away as well that used to stock car race. But so I was around all that kind of stuff as a kid. I always tell people if we weren't remodeling somebody's house in the family on the weekends, and I say we because the kids, we all had to help too. We were working on somebody's race car. I mean, that's just the way it was. And so I kind of grew up around that stuff, but never really did any of it. That's why now that my workload has kind of slowed down as I get older, that's kind of why I wanted to get back into some cars and do some stuff like that. So I'm actually kind of looking forward to driving that CrustyChrysler down the drag strip. I have no idea how fast it'll go or anything. It's not about that. It's just something I want to do. And I like being around cars. I like the older style, obscure, kind of unique cars. I think that's what kind of drew me to this Chrysler 300 that I've got. It's not that it's a nice car. It's not that it's just that it's kind of a rare car. They only made 3,800 of them, and you don't see a lot of them. You see a lot of Chargers and Challengers and things like that, but you don't really see. Well, of course, this was built on the Cordoba body, but it's not a Chrysler 300. 1979, I was a junior in high school, so that would have been, if you had one of those cars, that would have really been something, But anyway, cool. So yeah, I showed the stickers a while ago, the new stickers we've got, and we still have plenty of the old stickers. Now, if you got some of these old stickers from me in the past, I didn't realize when I ordered them that they were the poor quality that they are. So I have just ordered some new ones today that are actually vinyl, and they're supposed to last outside. So we'll see how those go. But yeah, got some of those. Let's see. I saw something else pop up there. So yeah. Oh, the dogs are asleep over there. I was like, what are they doing? So I know one of the things that somebody asked me was and I've kind of talked back and forth with them some, is what kind of cameras do I use and stuff like that. So I kind of got all that stuff laying out today. So I'm going to kind of show you. When I first got started doing YouTube, which was early on when YouTube was a fairly new thing. I mean, this channel that I have on YouTube, I have 4 channels, but this channel on YouTube is about 13 years I've been posting stuff on this channel. So one of the cameras that I started out using and still use it some is just this Kodak little camera. This is a little thing that screws on here to hold it, but this little Kodak camera actually records in stereo, and it's getting so worn out that you can't even hardly see through the back of it anymore to see what you're what you're filming. But I've got 2 or 3 of these that I always used in the very beginning, and I also used a flip video back then. But I don't even know if you can even get a flip video anymore. So let's see. Looks like somebody says, "Got any new vehicles coming up?" Well, I'm trying to sell the War Wagon. So if you haven't seen any of those videos, you can hashtag War Wagon. It's a 78 Dodge W150. And if I can get that sold, yeah, I've kind of been, there's a vehicle out there. Well, there's a vehicle I would like to find that I haven't found. I really want a 1968 Bel Air station wagon with a 327 in it. Because my grandfather had one of those, and I want to build it to look like his old car. But I have found a vehicle that I may buy if I can get this Dodge sold. Because once the NoNameNationals is over, the CrustyChrysler is probably going to find a new home. I've had some people inquire about it. It's actually salvageable, or what do you want to say? You could rebuild it, refurbish it, restore it, what all those words are. We don't do that here. We make things like brand used, but it is in decent enough shape you could do that, and it only has 116,000 on it, so which isn't a whole lot for a 1979, But I see your address is in your about page. I'll send you some stickers. Cool. I'd love that. And I'll get you some sent back as well. Cool. Yeah, I've got a P.O. box on there. There has been some problems in the past with the P.O. box for some reason, and I've been down at the post office. They assure me there's no issue, but had some people that send me stuff periodically, and a couple of them, stuff got returned, and so, but it should be working now. They assure me that it's working. We get mail in it, so I don't know why some mail wouldn't go through and some does. I just don't know. So yeah, Busted Radio Garage. He could use another burnout car. So the junkyard dog, I don't know if you've seen, I haven't cut, it looks like he's got a part. Oh yeah, part 2, junkyard dog, part 2. Yeah, so he's got a 79 Chrysler 300 that he uses as a burnout car, and it has some parts on it that are way nicer than what I have, and but they're hard to find. We have some junkyards around here that have Cordobas in them, but none of them are a 79 Cordoba. And because I thought about purchasing a hood, because my hood, if you watch the channel at all, the hood is just absolutely shot. And when Kent and I were helping put it on that night, I think Zach, he's in here tonight. I think he was filming us. And Kent grabbed a hold of the side of the hood to carry it over and he stuck his thumb through the metal. It's that thin. So, yeah, so I need to get some parts for it. If restorability wise on the car, if you had a trunk lid and you had a hood, really everything else is pretty usable. And I've got all of the original wheel covers for it. Those rims that I have on there are the actual rims that came on the car, and they have inserts that bolt around the outer edge of the rim, and then there's a center cap thing, and I have all of that stuff, and it's in really good shape. It's just that they are so expensive to buy if you find them online, like eBay or something. That's why I don't have them on there. So if somebody wanted to restore it, that's my goal, is to try to find somebody that would want to restore it. The lady I bought it off of, you've probably heard the story if you've watched the channel at all, but she really wanted someone to restore the car, because that's what her husband bought it for, and then he got sick, and over the years he was never able to do anything with it, and then he finally passed away, and she started selling off his cars. He had a whole bunch of cars and trucks and antique tractors, and this was one of them. And so I told her I would try to find somebody to do something with it once I'm done. Let's see. Email me the info about the War Wagon. Okay, yeah, I've got it on Marketplace, so I'll do that. Let me make a note here, and I'll do that. Absolutely. It's a pretty good old truck. The body is completely shot, but the drivetrain is in real good shape. The frame is good, which, if you know anything about those old Dodge Power Wagons, that's usually the thing that went, was the frame. And it actually has a pretty good frame on it, and it has a automatic transmission, and I believe it's a 727. I ran the numbers on it, and the numbers match the truck VIN, and the engine does. But I don't know about the transfer case. The transfer case, I think, has been changed at some point, but it is a full-time four-wheel drive, and no one's made that modification that you can do with the lockouts on the hubs. None of that's been done. So, but I put all new axle bearings in the front and U-joints, and I put U-joints in the drive shafts in the back, and we've got new bushings on the transfer case, and it runs really good. I drive it quite a bit. I'm actually got to use it this weekend to go haul some stuff with. So I'll get you that sent out. Absolutely. Yeah, yeah. If you decide if you find somebody that wants that, I might have to take it on a road trip. So I wouldn't be afraid to drive it anywhere. It's got good tires and everything's running good on it. So we were talking about cameras. So those Kodak cameras, that's one of the things I started using in the very beginning, and I actually used that up until probably about I don't know, last winter sometime. And one of the subscribers actually sent me a vlogging camera. This is a K4, and he got a stereo microphone with it for me and everything, and sent that to me. So that was awesome. So I use that a lot. This one actually has I have built a mount for it because I have a tripod I can put this one on and move it around and do a lot of still stuff. And this one will do that freeze frame kind of stuff where you can make things look like it goes fast. That's got a word, but I'm not sure what that's called at this point. I can't remember. But it will do all kinds of stuff. And the only thing about that camera, using it on YouTube, is that camera is really set for high clarity and intensity on the filming. And so you have to back it all the way down. I think I have that set on 720, and it'll go all the way up to 4200 megapixels or whatever all that is. So it's really sharp digital camera, but you have to kind of dumb it down because YouTube doesn't like that high of a setting. So when you go to transfer everything, so anyway, so I did learn that with that particular camera. Now the other thing I use is like at the car shows and stuff. If you watched my car show video recently, I have actually an old cell phone here, and it takes really good video. And so I have that, and I have what's called a gimbal, and you mount this in here, and then this thing has got like a gyroscope in it, so you can move it around and it's not shaking the camera, because that's one of the bad things about this camera and this camera is when you have it in your hand holding it and moving it, you guys know that you have the same problem. So this thing's really nice for that. So I do use that quite a bit. And like when we go to the NoNameNationals, we're going to take all this stuff with us. I've got a whole bunch of cameras. I'm going to take my laptop, and each night I'm going to upload everything. So because I want to try to make a bunch of video while I'm down there, because I'm excited to go actually and meet a lot of you guys on here. Will be there, I think. And I think Busted Radio Garage was talking about he was going to be there. And for sure, I was on one of his lives here recently. He does lives on Sunday nights a lot of times, so you can watch for him. And then, of course, I saw today before coming on here, I logged in and I saw that John's got another live coming up on Friday night. So be sure and want to do that. Yeah, okay, so Buck Does It's going to be there. That's good. If you haven't checked out his channel is kind of interesting too. So I like that as well. I'm a subscriber to that one. This channel, I have a lot of subscriptions on this channel. And just recently somebody had told me that, hey, we can't see who you're subscribed to. And I didn't even know I had the settings set to where you couldn't. So I did change that. So hopefully you guys can see all of the folks that I'm subscribed to on this channel, because that kind of helps everybody know, who all, I don't know. For years, I've been watching people on YouTube. Jonathan W., for example. I don't know if you guys watch him, but I've been watching him for many years. And so when I would get on there and kind of see who he watches, and then I could go find somebody else and find somebody else and find somebody else. And that's a good way to find other car or people that do stuff with cars, or like Jonathan W., he does a lot of stuff with everything. I mean, he fixes all kinds of stuff, and that's kind of what I like to do. So, yeah, looks like I got a glare in there from that light. So I don't know how to get that out. I don't know if that's better or not. So anyway, yeah. So we're going to be there. I started to tell earlier, Eric and I are going to drive down Thursday. He gets off work around noon that day. I think we're going to drive down. it's about, it says it's 3.5 hours from here, something like that. But I'm probably not going to run really hard with the car. I don't know how we'll go, but I figure we'll be down there at least by 5 o'clock, I would think. And we're going to go by the track because John had talked about a couple of episodes back on his channel that they're going to be having a work day on Thursday, which I really didn't know that at first, or we would have planned to maybe go down and help too. But we're going to drive down there because I think everybody's going to Lambert's for supper. So if you've never been to Lambert's, it's an experience. I used to live down in that area, so you definitely want to go there. So yeah, so we're gonna take the CrustyChrysler, and Rick will be there from Rick's Rusty Rex, and I may have to bring the hat along, so we can wear that too. And you just never know what kind of crazy stuff will come out of with us. And I know Eric and I are going to bring our guitars with us as well. Yeah, looking forward to Lambert's. I like that too. Like I said, if you've never been there, I hope they still throw the biscuits and all that stuff because it used to be quite a show. Because I haven't eaten there in a while, but like I said, Eric and I are going to bring our guitars down because we play music as well. So in fact, we have a show coming up Saturday down at Dale, Indiana. So if you're not doing anything, Dale, Indiana, just pop on down. It's called Freedom Stock. And I think it starts at noon and goes all the way till probably 10 or 11 o'clock at night. We actually are the first ones on. We play from 1 o'clock my time, 12 o'clock their time, and for an hour. So we'll be on there for an hour. So, yeah, I just noticed that the hat matches your T-shirt. Yeah. Well, I wonder why that is. Zach is the one that just said that, and Zach is the one that actually designed. He didn't make the design. We talked about that. Barrow's Garage did the design, but Zach actually took the PDF and got the coloring in it, and kind of, got the YouTube logo on here and all that. So I want to thank him for that. John said he was just there last week, and they throw biscuits. Well, good, because they used to. I mean, that was the big deal with it. And I used to be stationed at a military base out in Missouri, and it was kind of, I mean, I've been through there and I've ate there before, so that's cool. And my grandparents used to live down in Texas County, Missouri, which is about another 3 hours from there. And I still have an uncle that lives down in that area, and a nephew and some stuff like that. I don't know if they're going to, they watch the channel, but I don't know if they will be up at the NoNameNationals or not. But so yeah, cameras and stuff. I don't know. I tell you, I actually have a sports camera over here. This thing here, some kind of HD sports whatever, and I had one called a GoPro. The GoPro quit right away. I don't know. I just didn't have good luck with it. That sports camera thing, it works, but the battery, it does not have a long battery life. So I can strap that on the car, for example. One day because it's in a waterproof case, so that's kind of cool. So one day I thought, well, I'm going to take the car through the car wash. So I strapped it on there, drove it through the car wash, and it filmed about the first, I don't know, minute of it, and then it just shut down. And I started reading reviews about it, which I should have read before I got it, but it said that if it doesn't sense any activity, or if it doesn't hear enough sound, that it will just shut off. And I think that's what it keeps doing. I don't know if there's settings you can change that. Yeah, you use a GoPro and your iPhone. Okay. Yeah, a lot of people use iPhone. I don't have an iPhone. I just have an Android-based phone, but I do use my cell phone a lot for videos, especially there for a while when I was doing that 30-day short challenge. I was using this a lot to make short videos and put out there. And GoPro, most people, that's what they use, I think. A a lot of at least the people that I watch on YouTube or have watched before this No Name National thing came along, and there was so many people that I started watching after that. But there was the regulars that I watched all the time, and they pretty much all use GoPro. And I don't know if I just didn't have good luck with it, but I may have gotten a bad one, or perhaps I'm not smart enough to know how to run it properly. I don't know. So yeah, I was going to show you guys my new leaf blower too. I got this recently. So this is keep the leaves blowed off your computer with that. So I think that was a nice little gift that I picked up. My desk is just full of this kind of junk. So I did win some stuff at the car show the other day. If you haven't watched that video, there's some pretty cool cars in there. Actually, I'm jumping subjects, I know. I was going to tell you about what I won, but I got to tell you about one of the cars. If you didn't watch the video, the car that I used for the screenshot is a GTO station wagon. I had never saw one of those. A friend of mine used to have a GT37 station wagon, but this was a GTO station wagon. I had never seen that. Hey, well, thanks for stopping in, man. Busted Radio's garage is headed out. So yeah, I'll talk to you soon. We'll see you down at Sykeston for sure. So like I said, if you haven't checked out his channel, that's a good channel too. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, Shop Cats. All right. Well, welcome to the live event. I don't do these very often because I never know what to talk about. That's why I kind of go by what you guys are printing over here at the side. So, and I've got it on the screen up here, but it's on delay. So whatever I'm talking about here, if I look up there, it's like behind. So it's kind of interesting. So, yeah. So I think I showed it earlier, but we talked about, or I mentioned that Barrow's Garage drew the caricature that's on my shirt, and this is the note that he gave me in the hand drawing. So Zach Campbell, that's in here on the live event. He's the one that took this and colored it and made it look like this. So, to me, that takes some talent, stuff I don't know how to do. So, I can smear some paint on a car and make it look brand used, but to do something like that, that's different. So, yeah. So today was a really nice day, but it did warm up a little bit. We had to turn the air on. So I think I mentioned that before, but prior to that, the last few days, we've been able to keep the windows open and cut down on that electric bill some, which has been good. So, yeah. What else you guys got out there? I don't know how you bring in somebody else on the live stream here. I know you can do that. I see other people do it. I'm gonna have to figure that out, because we could invite some of you in here to talk as well. Oh. Yeah, it was cold this morning, 62 degrees. And you would know because you're getting up early now, so that's funny. Are you on StreamYard? No, I don't guess I've heard of that. The only other thing besides YouTube that I'm on, that I upload video to, is Rumble. So I am on Rumble, so you can follow me there. But I've never heard of StreamYard. I'll have to check that out. I'll make a note of that too. Yeah, Rumble. I've got a lot of stuff on Rumble, and it's not just car stuff. It's usually stuff from all four of my channels. So there might be overlap, or there's little. I'll take a segment out of a video from one of my channels and I'll put it on there or something like that. So Rumble's a little different, or a little bit different thing than YouTube, but pretty much the same. I think it's based out of Canada, but I could be wrong. So here's one of the other logos we've got. This one is actually on this t-shirt back here. So okay, Zach says it's cool. It's software you can install and you can go live through Tube or any other platform at the same. Oh, that's how everybody's getting guests on there. Okay, so well, that's good to know. I didn't know that. See, if you don't get on here and talk with people, you don't know those kind of things. Because I know I watch all you guys do it. You know, you'll have people on there with you, but I was like, I don't know how you do that. So. It used to, YouTube changes a lot through the years, or has changed a lot, because it used to, you could go live. Well, used to, they didn't even have a live feature, and then they had a live feature. It didn't matter how many subscribers you had, and then they changed it, and you had to have so many subscribers. Because I remember I used to do some live videos, and then I couldn't do them anymore because I didn't have enough subscribers, and now I'm back to, I guess, I have enough. So. Oh, yeah, you don't think you can do it with YouTube Live. Yeah, well, that's good then. I was trying to figure out how to do it. So, well, I'll have to check out that StreamYard, and we'll just do it through that maybe the next time I do it. I know I want to do a live probably down in the Sikeston area. I don't know if we'll do it. When we went on Power Tour this year, I did a live every night at the hotel to capture, the hot rods that were there and different things. So that's kind of what I was thinking about doing down at Sikeston when we go down there, because we're going to have 2 nights at the hotel, and I know there's bound to be people there with their cars, I would think. I mean, I hope that we're not the only ones driving our junk car down there, but we may be. Other people may they may trailer everything in. I don't know. I don't know how that's going to work. So, but we're planning on driving the CrustyChrysler. So. Let's see, StreamYard is easy to use, just takes a little getting used to. Okay, well, good. Well, I may just have to try some of that kind of stuff. Step out of my comfort zone, and try something new once in a while. So I know this whole NoNameNational thing and getting on these lives and learning things has really been good for me, because and it's helped me with my videos, and I've gotten learning how to use the hashtag with subject matter and different stuff like that. I think that has brought me in a lot more subscribers, because this morning we were up to 582 subscribers, I think. So that's pretty good. That's more than any of my other channels have, that's for sure. But it's funny. I have some subscribers on here that have watched me for years, and they'll make comments once in a while. Hey, I haven't seen so-and-so for a while, or I haven't seen you do this for a while, or whatever. So, I'm up to 592 now. That's cool. Well, great. I'm glad. That's awesome. 592. Wow, that's pretty cool. All right. Well, we're getting there. My goal was to try to get to 1,000 by Christmas. So, we'll see if that happens. Yeah, somebody asked me a while ago about the next project car, so I started talking about that. And I mentioned that I would like to find a 68 Bel Air station wagon. So I do want to try to find that. I have not. There probably have all been run through the demo derby and been crushed. So I may not be able to. Yeah, see ya. Looks like Zach's got to go. So yeah, it was good to see you, Zach. Thanks for stopping in. So, but I do have a line on a vehicle that I think might be fun for the channel to work on. If I can get the War Wagon sold, so I've got some cash, I'm going to go buy that, and that'll give us another project for this winter. After the NoNameNationals, and we get the War Wagon, or I mean the CrustyChrysler, ready to sell and all that, then it'll give us another project to do. And we've got a lot of stuff coming up. It's going to be soon time to do some birdhouses again. The gourds, the gourds are growing. I do that every year on the channel. Oh, full throttle kind of guy. All right. Hey. So, yeah, so there's a lot that will go on in the channel, but until I get something sold, I just don't have any more room for any more vehicles. I sold the garage, or the pole barn workshop thing that I had. I sold that, and so I really just don't have. I have to work here in the garage, and I have to try to figure out how to keep all that stuff stacked around the house here. So, Shopcat 520. Good, congratulations. Yeah, 520. I know when I first signed up for the NoNameNationals, and I had emailed John, and I said, well, I'm going to go ahead and buy tickets and everything. And but I said, I don't know if I'll get my 500 subscription. And I didn't hear anything from him. And he can probably verify this if he's on here. But I was sitting at a ball game on a Saturday morning down here. The boys basketball were playing. And he called me on my cell phone and said, hey, I'm sure by September you're going to have 500. And he was right. So we have 592 now, I think they told me so. Yeah. Do we ever have enough room? Oh, my gosh. I know. You should see well, when I moved out of that workshop over there, I had an acre of ground, and I had a 40 by 60 pole barn. And it was a 12-footer. So, and it was stacked. There were times I couldn't even get my work van in there to keep it in there at night. So, yeah, because it was stacked full of stuff. And unfortunately, a lot of it had to go, but a lot of it I kept. And it's in the attic of this house. A lot of it is. And, it'll just be something for somebody to go through someday when I kick the bucket, I guess. But not planning on that happening any too soon, but so the CrustyChrysler. So we talked about the fuel line. I got to get that done, and seems like I got a tachometer put in. In fact, there's a video that will be coming out about that. I installed the tack. I had one at a car show, a gift certificate to one of the auto places here in the local area. So I went there and bought me a tachometer. It's kind of like a Sun knockoff tack or something, I don't know. And yes, anyway, so I bought that tack and got that put in. So I wanted to do that. I got to get that helmet. Kent's got a helmet I can use, and so we're definitely and then I've got to drain what little antifreeze is in that car. It looks green, but I never put any antifreeze in it. I've only put water in it, and I've had the radiator drained, but it must have had enough in the block that it's still green. So I know I have to drain that out and put water in it. And I was talking to somebody, and they said that there's an additive I can buy to put in there so that it won't, rust or anything, and just run the water. Of course, I'll have to drain it. When we get back, I'll drain the water out and put antifreeze in it for winter. But so yeah, I got to do those 3 things before we can actually run down the strip. So let's see. Just moved and was shocked at the amount of stuff. Oh, I know. Listen, yeah, it's crazy. I had been in that building for a long time, and you start going through the layers of stuff, and yeah, I had no idea. So yeah, looking for a fun build. So hey, there's Stephen Holtz. Just drive it. I was just talking about you a while ago on your channel. I wasn't able to look at it today, so I don't know where you're at with subs, but I hope you're getting up there, because we're looking forward to seeing you down at Sykeston. So And if you haven't watched his channel, if you're not subscribed to it, I would. I like his builds. I like his the old Ford stuff. Actually, I grew up with the old Fords. I mean, that's what I always had and always was around. And it's kind of funny because it seems like the last four things I've done on this channel has all been Chrysler stuff, and I'd never owned a Chrysler until that first black D100 pickup I bought. That's the first one I ever had. So, yeah, just drive it. So yeah, but I like those old Fords. In fact, I saw a '67 Ford Fairlane for sale today, and I almost stopped to take pictures of it just for a little short for the videos. But it was down in French Lick, Indiana, and it looked really nice. It was yellow and had Krager SS is on, and I like that old school wheels. And I mean, it looked like something that would have been when I was in high school. So. Yeah, I like yeah. Yeah, Fords, Mopars, GMs. I guess I've never had any imports. I can't say that. But I have had my share of um I had a '66 Cadillac one time. I loved that car, and it was some kind of a Coupe de Ville, a fancy name of some sort. I don't know, but it was a really nice car. And one of my favorite cars was a four door. I had a '69 four-door Chevy Biscayne, and it had a 350 in it with a four-barrel carburetor. And I was like, I don't know, 16, and that car was unbelievably fast. I think I traded that for a motorcycle. In fact, I'm sure I did. So yeah, I just like the old cars. Um, you know, I actually like the older ones. I like something with a carburetor on it, and I prefer something without a computer controlled ignition system. Now, I don't mind some of the early model or the early electronic ignitions, because actually electronic ignition is good. I don't have a problem with it, but if it starts having all the computer stuff, and I'm just not into all that. Back when I went to GM school and was certified and all that, the HEI ignition, the GM style, that was the new thing at that point. So that tells you how many years ago I went to school for automotive. But so I learned all that. I've still got, I've got all that knowledge in my head, but you don't see too much of that anymore. So a Lincoln, I actually had a Lincoln Town Car. It was a very nice car. Um, There's no school like old school. Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah. Well, that's what I was talking about. Oh, you're at 372 subs. Cool. Awesome, man. Well, you're going to make it. Uh, it's funny you say that about being in your DNA, because I mentioned earlier before some of you got on here that, I've never raced. I've never done any racing except for, like, when I was in high school and getting speeding tickets and stuff. But I mean, actual racing. My dad's brother was a stock car. He raced stock cars on the weekends, and my mom's brother, Smokey Clayton, he ran drag strip cars, all through the '70s and '80s. I remember as a kid having that. I think it was 1973 or '74 Hot Rod magazine. He was the feature cover on the front of it. So I've been around that my whole life. If we weren't working on somebody's car on the weekends so they could race, we were remodeling somebody's house in the family. I mean, our family, that's what we did. And all of it, I mean, I learned at an early age how to do stuff. Uh, in fact, I was the one at the early age that was doing a lot of the wiring. And that's when I went on to be electrician type work in my older years. But it's not what I did in the military. I was a mechanic in the military, but So Stephen, I think you're in. You're in Texas? Is that correct? I'm just. I try to get a idea of where everybody's at and where everybody's coming from. So. Yeah, we've been on here about 49 minutes. Yeah, yes, I thought you were. That's what I thought. So, and you're from Pennsylvania. Oh, wow. So you're going to be driving quite a ways. And I know that there's the one guy I watch on here that he's up in Canada and is going to be coming down. And Barrow's Garage is way out in the northwest area. So there's going to be a lot of miles for people coming in here. So that's interesting. Well, I don't have that far to go, really. Sykeston's not that big of a haul for me. Mileage wise, I'm not sure what it is. I looked it up. I think it told me it was 3 hours and 40 minutes or something like that. So, in Oregon. Wow. Wow. Oh, that's a long ways. Well, I'm excited to see whoever is coming down there for sure. And I'm hoping I know that some of the folks are even coming, even if they don't get their 500 subscriptions, but they're going to come down and just be down there with all of us. And that's cool. Because to be honest with you, I didn't think I would get 500. I mean, I've had this particular YouTube channel for 13 years. So, it's all about everybody. Yeah. Barrows is in Idaho. That's right. That's what I thought. But I didn't say that because I couldn't remember for sure, but yeah. Well, hey guys, I don't know what else to really talk about. I just kind of wanted to come on here and just touch base with everybody and see who all would show up on a live event like this, and we'll King of the Trolls. That's pretty funny. We'll do this again before we go down to Sykeston, and then I want to try to do a live at Sykeston probably every evening when we get back to the hotel. We'll probably go out in the parking lot because there's always, I'm sure if it's like Power Tour, there'll be all kinds of shenanigans going on. So we'll go out there and do that. And hey, we're, like I said earlier, my son and I are bringing our guitars. So if any of you play music, bring your stuff down. We'll sit around at the hotels and play music in the evening. I'm sure by the time we are at the racetrack all day and all the events and the burnout thing on Friday night and all the stuff going on, everybody's going to be wore out. But I'm sure there'll be time. If there's time for breathing, and there's time for playing some music. So yeah, well, I'm glad I'm glad you guys all came out, and it is good to meet you live. So anyway, all right. Well, you guys have a good evening, and thanks for showing up. And look forward to seeing you. And just like always, we're making it like brand used here, baby. let me put my Rick's Rusty Rex hat on here, and we'll see you later. All right, bye.